What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about all of our rod and reel combo. Well, not all of them, but most of them. Rod and reel combos that we're going to be using for 2025. So we've actually got like a 6 lineup plus bonus 3 rod and reels.
We're trying to think of like what's going to be in the kayak when we first hit the water, because we're almost at ice out. So as of today, it's March 2nd. So we're probably 2-3 weeks away from like open water. So we're thinking, all right, let's prep. What's going to be in the boat? And in the kayaks, 6 to 8 rods is usually the max. So we have 3 bait casters each, three spinners each,
a BFS combo, an ultralight combo, and a big bait combo.
The strong one.
It covers everything. So we're gonna run through the gamut. The combo I'll be using, the combo he'll be using, and there's some behind the scenes other ones that we'll also throw into the mix, but these are the ones we're probably most excited for. There's a bunch of new stuff in here that we haven't even tested, or stuff that Paul was gonna test last year, but then he tore his biceps and then he couldn't test it.
But check it out. It's here.
There's a bicep.
I have a SEP, and it's
There's
by.
at least one SEP, maybe 2. A unisep.
No, that was me a month ago. We're back and we're fishing, so we're excited for it. Let's get into the combos.
All right, should we start with spinning or ultralight?
No, no one cares about spinning.
All right, spinning at the end. Save it best for last.
Let's hit them with the casters.
All right, so we're gonna start from the bottom of the weight spectrum.
Starting at the bottom, now we're here.
So we got BFS and ultralight. Then we'll work our way into the spinning setups, the bait casters, and finish with the big bait combo. All right, Paul, hit him with that BFS. What you got?
All right, so I have something that is made in America, which we're really excited about. So this is the Cashin Element BFS rod. It is absolutely gorgeous. They actually have a new version coming out pretty soon. That's the Z2. But this is $130, and you're talking about a really well designed, fully like every component made in America setup. You've seen it on one of the other videos. I won't go through everything, but I'm going to be using this for BFS glides. So this is, zoom in, you dork. This is the Neige.
Neige. Why'd you say it that way?
I was giggling. So this is the Eurotackle Neige. This is their smaller version. Really excited for this. Yep. I'll read you the specs because I think it's important. So this is a 6'10", fast, medium light, 4 to 10 pound, 1/8 to 7/16 ounce weight rating, and it's got a lot of backbone. Yep. It's whippier than you think, but it's got the backbone to do the job. So I'm really excited about that.
Swim baits, baby.
I'm gonna get tangled in all my other rods here, and I'm gonna pair that with the Salamandura. So
not made in America.
Not made in America. Very cool reel. Absolutely love this one. We're going to be testing a few BFS reels, and I also have Eurotackle line on here. I found out, 6-pound Eurotackle line on here. It's their new BFS braid, ultralight braid. It's really cool. I did get to test it last year. Worked really well. This is gonna be the combo for the BFS glides, and we have like 12 to test, so I'm hyped on it.
But one that I'm really excited about testing right off the bat is going to be the ultralight BFS build. So I have here the brand new from Eurotackle, the Rise series, and this is the solid tip. So check this out, carbon fiber tip, super flexy, oh my goodness, and really, really whippy. So you guys can kind of see it, but it's upside down, I know. The orientation of the room, I can't flip it, but this is the soft lure special. So weight range on this one, I believe, should be 132 up to 3/16 of an ounce. You're running 2 to 7 pound test line. And this is the fast action solid tip. So this is gonna be great for any of the plastics that I wanna run. If I wanna run micro Texas, if I wanna do a hover rig, strolling. I could throw cranks on this as well, just because it's a super whippy situation.
Get over here. The nice thing about the solid tip though is you get the strong backbone, but with that solid tip, think like your ugly stick. You're gonna have a very, very sensitive rod tip, so you can really see not only what's going on with your bait, but what's going on when you get a little bit.
Yep. Reel-wise, got the ultralight Varivas line on this reel, but this is the Cormorant, or what we like to call it, the Dark Knight. So it's
the reel, not the one you deserve, but the one you needed.
super light combo there, running light line on it, and I think it's gonna be a blast for the ultralight spectrum side of BFS.
These are brand new, they just hit Bait Finesse Empire, and we will be also getting the ultralight versions of these, which will make their way into the arsenal later in the season when they show up on the doorstep. And I think for $100, you're actually getting a home run. So it's like a JDM designed rod for $100 with high-end components. They look gorgeous. Really excited to use them. They're available at Bait Finesse Empire right now, and I think the ultralights are hitting later. So there you go. Do you like fun? I like fun.
I like fun. You want to know what else is fun? Ultralight spinning, and I've got my ultralight spinning combo here, and it is whippy.
Whippy.
So we are looking at another Cashin that I'm excited to test out. This one is the 7-foot fast action. It's an ultra light. Does have a pretty whippy tip, but it still also comes with a nice solid backbone. So this is going to be a blast to fish with. Weight range on this bad boy goes 132 up to 316. So it's the same range as I have on the BFS setup. We're going to be running what has been my ultralight reel of choice for a while now. This is the Akuma ITX. Fantastic reel, super light, and it gets the job done. I'm just running light line on that, which I actually need to swap this line out because it's old Power Pro.
Bye.
So that line needs to go. We're going to put some fancier line on there.
There's nothing wrong with Power Pro, but it does get stiff. So I think the Veriva style, like really thin diameter, really helps cast that light stuff. So if you can afford it, it's kind of nice. You don't have to, but it can be kind of nice.
Respooling and retooling.
It takes like
what you got?
Freaking forever. All right, I'm actually going to be running the new President XT. So this is actually a medium light, but the weight range on it's kind of nuts. 1/16 to 3/8.
Oh, that's pretty light.
Bananas. We got to test this last year. I really liked it. You get the cork grip, you get the exposed reel seat. I have it paired with a Abu Garcia Zada. And dude, honestly, the Zada, I bought it years ago. I've really liked it. It is a workhorse.
Solid.
It's a really solid reel. It's expensive, granted, but I have really liked it. I am running 6-pound braid on there, and then I've got obviously the fluoro leader. So I tied this up as though I were fishing. It took me 3 eternities to do so, but I did it. And I've got the Jackson, what is it, the Revolt? Is that what it is?
The Revoltage?
The Revoltage, thank you very much. So I'm just doing some hover strolling with this because I think it's the perfect action for this, but it can handle that low weight range. So I'm really excited to try it. That's going to be the beginning of the ultralight combo.
Awesome. So that brings us to the spinning combos, or what rude people call fairy wands.
The buggy whips.
Cut that out. So got 3 each that we're going to be looking at here, and they're going to range from medium lights to mediums.
That is because we are in the north. Okay,
yes.
So in the north and northeast, we are talking a lot about hyper finesse presentation. It's ultra clear water, about as clear as they're going to be. So we're talking longer lengths, a little bit softer, lighter action, because it's all about the presentation.
All right, so for my first spinning combo, we've got a medium here. This is from Fish NFX. These are fantastic rods. Super high-end components that they're putting into this. They got the American Custom Tackle carbon reel seats on these things. They got the microwave guides, which I know some people don't like them. I personally like them a lot. I think they're great. They're solid, very sensitive rods. And this one is a 7.3 1/4 ounce to 3/4 ounce. Interesting weight range. Fantastic for what I like to throw. This is like the power Ned rig shaky head type setup, whereas my other medium will be the lighter stuff that I would throw for bottom contact. And yeah, this is a medium fast action. Great rods. Like I said, I've been using Fish NFX for most of last season. I beat the tar out of a medium heavy caster.
It took a beating.
They hold up really well, and they're a blast to fish with. So, and it's a small company, so I love supporting small companies. Fish NFX, solid. And we're pairing that up with the President XT from Pfluger in the 30 size because they like weird size
It's like
range.
a 2,000.
It's like a 2,500.
Yeah, something
like
there.
that.
Yep.
But that has been a solid spinning reel. We got a chance to use it just a little bit before Paul got injured last year, but we did a couple of days on the water with it. And yeah, it's solid. I think I'll be happy with it, at least to start. And then, like we said, hey, if you have ideas for other spinning reels that we need to check out, let us know in the comments below, and we will go ahead and do so. We'll be running braid to fluoro on all of these because that's the most effective for us here in Michigan. So there's one of mine. What's yours? You got a medium there?
I think
Paul's
it's a medium light.
Favor the medium lights. I only have really the one medium light that I use. I'll show you in a minute. And the other 2 of mine will be mediums. But
when a lot of people go to medium, they want the backbone. And when again, the Midwestern finesse guy in me says, yes, you can do that. But with a medium light, I can go just like 6 inches longer, and I can get the more sensitivity, be a little stiffer out at the end, and then have the extra length in the fish fighting power allows for lighter leader line, lighter braided line, again, better presentation, a little downsized. I'm going to go medium light almost every time.
And for us, the difference is going to be your medium will be a lot of our bottom contact jigs. We're going shaky head, we're going Ned rig, Wacky and Nico. And then on the medium light side, that's where we're going to be throwing drop shot mostly. But
flipping air jigs, dude.
Air jigs and even spy baits.
Yep, so I'm going to be running the Cashin Icon. Dude, look at they got the bottom here, so the locking nuts down here at the bottom. That is like
Such
That
a
is chef's
bougie
kiss.
setup.
It is chef's kiss for me, big time.
Yeah.
But these are new to us, so I have used the Icon before. I've really, really liked them. Again, made in America, components sourced in America. This one does not have the woven grip though. It's got the foam grip. I do really like this. I've got it paired up. Well, I guess I should give you the stats. So stats for me, this one is a 7.6 medium light, 6 to 10 pound weight range, and a 1/16 to 1/2 ounce. That is such an awesome range.
Yep.
Again, for the Midwest, I'm super hyped on this rod. It's got everything that I want, and I've got this paired up with the Shimano. I always Stratic, so I've got this paired up with the Shimano Stratic.
That the FM.
The FM, right?
Yep.
So this is technically the prior model. Got it at a big discount. The FG, I think, is the new one that is released. But either way, it's a phenomenal reel. So this is going to be probably one of the bougier combos that I have.
That is one of them.
But it's also the one. This is you invest in the things that you do the most, and I don't think I've ever hit the water in the last year, maybe 2 years, without a medium light. So this is I'm fine to invest in.
So as I said, I got 2 medium spinning setups that I'll be using this year and a medium light. I will be on the market for an additional medium light in the future, so we'll stay tuned for that. So I'll get to that one in a second. But my other medium is a tried and true I've been using for years, but we got the Psycho Stick from Akuma here.
Can't get them out of the lineup.
Really can't. Psycho Sticks are phenomenal rods. The X Series is even better.
It's the same thing, just lighter with a different wove pattern, but yeah, they're both sick.
They're great. So this is a 7.2 medium, 1/8 ounce to 5/8 of an ounce, which is like, for me, how I like to Ned rig. It's like perfect Ned rig shaky head territory. This would be great. And then you can even throw your weighted wackies and Nico rigs with this effectively. And again, this is where I'm really in need of looking at some different spinning reel options. Nothing wrong with the Akuma Samar HD. Samar, say
less, my guy.
Phenomenal. I'm just looking to try some different options with spinning.
Upsize too.
Yep. So we have on this one with that Akuma Samar HD, a really effective option for, Ned rigs, shaky head, all of that stuff. It's heavy duty, HD, obviously. These things they're built tough.
That's like a saltwater if you really needed one. Like, they are built to last. So for me, when I was choosing my spinning combos, there were we said 3. For my 3, I wanted 1. I need some kind of like minnow shaker. You're gonna see that one after this one. You need some kind of bottom contact from like super finesse jigs and Ned rigging. That's the one I've got in my hand. And then the first one is like that hyper finesse for like just do it all. I need something with a lot of length that can just handle any finesse application. So that was how I wanted to round it out. I've got the Akuma Psycho Stick as well. Like, I can't get these out of the lineup. One thing about the Psycho Sticks, and I don't know about the new X Series, but it's like almost always an upsize. So if they say medium light, that's kind of like more like a medium. And this is definitely, this is no exception. So I've got a 7.2, it says medium light, 6 to 12 pound line rating, and then a 1/8 to 1/2 ounce. And that tells you all you really need to know. I mean, this thing is going to be built for bottom contact. But you can see, I got this tiny little, this is a 1/8 ounce football head jig from Great Lakes Finesse and their craw, which, I mean, that's the first thing I'm throwing. I got it paired up with the Cast King Skeet Reese spinning reel. Dude, I had this last season. I absolutely loved it. We did like a $100 and under spinning reel setup, kind of challenge. This was one of my favorites. It's got the rubber grip, which I actually really like, and the drag was phenomenal, and it's very comfortable, very light. Again, just a pleasure to fish with. This is an awesome combo for me. A little bit on the bougie side because these are not cheap rods, but bottom contact is going to be money.
All right, so last up for me on spinning combos, we have the TFO. This is the Taction series. These things are amazing. First of all, Taction Bass series is killer, all of them. But this spinning combo specifically, I used for a lot of last year. So there's all the stats right there, but it's a 7.6 medium light fast action, and your weight range on this one is gonna go 1/8 to 1/2 ounce, which is a solid weight range. Again, you're kind of approaching more like power shot with that, but that's kind of how I like to drop shot anyways.
And it's all about the softness. That rod tip is that's where your drop shot is coming from.
These are very sensitive. You can see it's almost more like a mod fast than a fast. But pairing that up with the Shimano Nasi was a good fit, I feel. It might be better with Shimano Miravel for an extra 30 bucks, but the Nasi was phenomenal. Had a great time with it. This is, as it stands, the only 2500 size spinning reel that I have for some reason, and I need to go get more.
We talk about the 2500. The reason it comes up is when it comes to casting, you're kind of choosing between accuracy and distance and efficiency, and 2500 is that sort of do it all really well, depending on what you're throwing. So for that finesse, 2500 is a really good option, as well as drag power and retrieve speed. So 2500 kind of is the sweet spot for us. So I have here, this is my sort of my do it all, but also right now it's set up as like a minnow shaker. I just got this rod. I can't speak to like how it fishes yet, but I feel confident that it's going to be really good because it's a Daiwa Tatula Elite, and this has the AGS guides. I'm going to try and show you without breaking everybody's stuff. But dude, I actually was like, who cares about guides? This is not that big of a deal. Once I saw them, I was like, these are space. This is actually just space and science.
SpaceX.
Exactly. All combined into one. So really excited. Again, like the reel seater has a locking nut in the bottom. I've always loved that. It's just, if you're going to grab a spinning reel, this is how I hold it. So where do I want like the comfort and how do I want this to be designed? In this way, where my hand actually goes. So no one fishes like this, like very rarely. So this makes a lot of sense to me. The clip for the bait holder is at the bottom, which is a little weird. So I added right here the Finman holder. Check that out. Like the point goes inside. It's like protected. So if you throw this in your truck seat or whatever, you're not getting stabbed, which I like. But it also holds drop shot really well, and really everything's super nice. So I'm hyped on that. Got it paired up with the Shimano Miravel, and because you've got a really nice reel that has really solid drag, and you have the nice length, because this is a 7.3. This is their shaky head / small swim bait / drop shot. Again, do it all. Setup, you've got a 7.3 medium light, and it's 6 to 14 pound rating. I have 6 pound line on here. So we're going with the minimum, but the setup is set up for it. So that is going to be my do it all combo. And I doubt this is leaving the boat. I really can't see a world in which I'm not bringing this.
I can, because I'm going to throw it out of your boat.
No! No!
All right, so that does it for the light stuff. That does it for
the baby boys, the boogie whips, me.
Let's go to casters.
Let's do it, baby.
So we got 4 casters to share with you from each of us. You're going to get 3 of our caster setups. Now, when we look at having 3 bait casters, what would they be? Typically, we're going to have a medium moderate, which is going to be your jerk bait special.
This is hard water, ice out, like early spring, basically
springtime.
Winter. So we're not talking about summer, so just keep that in mind.
We're going to have a do-all medium heavy. It could be 7.2, 7.3, it's something, but it's a do-all get her done combo. There you go, that's what we should call it. And then we might have either an additional medium mod or, in my side, heavy stick. Which again, like you're thinking early spring, I'm not frogging here in Michigan. What I am doing is throwing some big old heavy hair jigs. Yeah, the chicken rig, as you would call it.
They have a chicken nugget now too, so if you want to throw like it's like a big hair jig, is the chicken rig from Outcast. It's so awesome, and they just released the chicken nugget, which is the downsized version.
Which we're gonna get some of because they're awesome. But yeah. So this would be like the heavy jig combo. So that covers kind of the broader spectrum of what we need from bait casters. So let's get into them. We'll start with medium mod.
This is going to be your jerkbait rod.
I think it's this one.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Bring them out. Bring them out. So 2 new to, well, 1 new to me and 1 brand new option here that I'm going to be testing out. Got another combo here, starting with a Fish NFX rod. I can't say enough about these guys. They make fantastic rods for any use that you're looking for. So this is a 7.2 medium heavy moderate, and this will cover the full spectrum for jerk baits that I want to use, whether I'm going shallow diver, deep diver, etc. But it's a 1/2 ounce to 1 1/4 ounce. And you're thinking 1/2 ounce starting point. That seems like an odd starting point for jerk baits. Oh my gosh, it's so high. But for most of the jerk baits I have, it's pretty dang close to that. The interesting thing about this though is how whippy this rod is. It has
topwater style.
Yeah, it's basically a topwater rod, crankbait. This is going to be kind of the do-all moving bait. So jerkbait, crankbait, topwaters once it warms up quite a bit. But it's good for all of those things. And we're going to be testing out with that the Arc Gravity 2. So
the G2, baby.
G2. Just got this $100 reel. putting it to the test. We're gonna see how it plays out this year, but I'm excited for it. I've got high hopes for it.
Yep.
We like the G1, we like the Gravity BFS, and we want to test more in their lineup. So the G2 is gonna be sweet.
Yeah, and when you look at their lineup with ARC, and you're going to see an ARC rod here in a second, with the G series, the G1 doesn't have their like super fancy, hyper customizable mag system. The G2 is their entry level. That's where you get it for the first time. So Jeff's going to pop it open for you. This comes in at $100. I think they're really attacking the $100 range in price, which is a really tough sell. So good for them. I think they're bringing a lot of value at $100. I will tell you, the G1 I really liked. It was my favorite.
Solid.
It was my favorite for the under $100 setup that we did. If that was in the lineup, it's got to be in the conversation.
Yep, $99.99 for that reel. Pretty solid.
That. So I have got, this is going to be my jerkbait setup as well, and also my crankbait slash moving bait, because you're going to want to have the square billies out at some point a little bit later in the spring. You're going to want to have them. Yep. So what I have is for a rod is the ARC Viper. This is I believe $100. So it's a very value conscious setup. You get the foam, which I like the foam, but you also get the nice big front reel seat or locking nut there, which I love. But it is light. It's sensitive. I have over 200 fish easily on this just from like 2 weeks in the spring last year. This was my setup. This is, just for posterity, we're calling it out here. It's this is their crank, moderate, fast action, medium heavy power rod. 7 foot. It's a 10 to 20 pound line weight, and then you've got a 1/4 ounce to 1 ounce weight range, which for me is absolutely perfect for the jerkbait, which I have tied on, but also for those moving baits. And also for the jerkbait, this is the Flashpoint from Booyah. I'm so pumped to try this. I'm hyped on this. And I have it paired up with the Cast King MG12 Elite. Very bougie, pricey, but also very lightweight, very responsive reel, and it allows you to cast almost anything. That was why I have it on this combo, because the weight range being 1/4 to 1 ounce, that's a big weight range, and you're probably gonna be casting into the wind with a body bait. And so what do you wanna have? You wanna have a good mag system, and this is there just without having a digital chip. This is about as advanced as a mag system as you can have. So super excited to have this combo. This was on deck all year last year, and I loved it. So that's my jerkbait setup.
So bumping up to the medium heavy do all combo. So for this year, I get to test out a Cashin Icon and be a fancy boy too. So we got a 7.3 medium heavy fast action. This one goes from 3/8 of an ounce up to an ounce. So it literally is that exact thing. This is a do-all combo. This is gonna do everything that I need. This should be on deck at just about all times, and I will be using it a ton. This is temporarily for now replacing a 7.3 medium heavy from Fish NFX that I beat the absolute living tar out of.
Gorgeous.
Last year. I fished it every single day that we were out on the water, and it was killer. So not knocking that one at all. I'm just benching it so I can try something new. And then you can see I had other Fish NFXs in the lineup anyway. So I'm gonna be using them anyways. But we're pairing that up with the brand new from last year, Daiwa Tatula. So this is the SVTW. You can see I got an 8:1 gear ratio there. It's the 100 size. Dude, one of the most comfortable reels I've ever fished with, one of the smoothest reels I've ever fished with. I think it's 1,000% worth the money. If you're in the market and you're looking for a high quality reel, this is definitely one of them. I'd recommend it. And I used it a ton on that Fish NFX rod last year. So
what a combo.
Months and months on that combo that I was putting in on this.
You know, it's comedy. Jeff and I did not talk about this beforehand. We just put these together. I did this last night till like 1 a.m. Because I don't know why it takes 9 eternities to like set up like 8 rods.
If you rig it, spool it, tie
God.
something on, it takes forever.
It took 300 years. I think I'm 1,000. But I actually have almost the exact same combo. So I have the same exact reel, 8:1 Daiwa 100, the new SVTW. I have not had a lot of time on it, so I'm excited to try it, but I have a lot of faith in it. And it's the perfect size for a very efficient, high volume casting, do-it-all combo. So I have the Okuma Psycho Stick and the bait casting model. Again, I told you I can't get it out of the lineup. It's very light, responsive, a lot of power, and comfortable. For me, I absolutely love it. So I have the 7.2 medium heavy, 1/4 ounce to 3/4 ounce. Dude, are you kidding me? Of all the combos that I've got here, with the exception of the Daiwa Elite, this is the one I'm most excited for because I do feel like, again, I'm not going to be able to get out of the boat. Every time I leave, I'm going to be like, well, I need a medium heavy. I'm grabbing this one.
So last up for me on the bait casting side, I have a heavy stick. Now, depending on the day, this could get swapped out with an additional medium heavy, because having 2 medium heavies on like duals on deck is just a great option for not having to retie 1,000 times. So once you kind of figure out the pattern, what's going on, you might have 2 different things tied on. I could have like a jig and then a chatterbait, and I could have my moving style and my bottom contact, and that can help out. It's efficiency on the water, really. If instead the day calls for heavy stuff, then I'm bringing this combo. So I wanted to share this one with you guys because this rod coming out of last year, towards the end of last summer, I got my hands on this rod and I frogged with it for, until frogging season died in Michigan, essentially. Hundreds of fish on frogs on this rod. This rod like catches fish for you. It's insane. I've never had like...
It's a really nice feature.
It really is. Like the hookup ratio on frogs with this rod blew my mind, because I've had the underpowered, the either too stiff or too soft.
Too big, because like the Shimano, so I have like the Shimano $100 standard, what's it called? The not the
SLX.
SLX. So I had the Shimano SLX rod, and while I really liked it, it's a much bigger profile than this one, and I wanted this.
Yep, so this is the Arc Invoker Tour, and this heavy rod has like the perfect action and power combination, to the point where like you could basically miss a frog hook set and still catch the fish, and it happened to me countless times because I'm bad at fishing. But dude, I learned so much. You can see like how stiff that is, but the flex you get on these hook sets.
Flexi boy.
Is insane. So it's
the power lifter of rods.
It really is. It's got the backbone, dude. It's nuts. So this one is a 7.6. By the way, the length definitely helps with that hook set ability as well. So a 7.6 heavy, fast action, and we're going from 3/8 to 1.5 ounce on your weight range for that. Beautiful rod combo, very comfortable in hand, pretty light for a heavy stick, which is
it's a big deal.
Sometimes contradictory. You get that broomstick. Some of them actually calling it a broomstick. They're super heavy duty, but they're also really heavy. This one is really well balanced, and it's pretty light. And we're pairing that up with the Japanese reel here. So we got the 2021 Shimano Scorpion DC, and that is going to replace what I was using for my heavy stick because it let me down last year. It was actually on this combo, but we got the Revo SX. So I know some people love this. I personally just had a few bad experiences with it. So it got benched this year, at least for now. I'm just sitting on it. Basically, the drag slipped out on me. I had to take it apart, put it back together 3 times in order to get it to work. I don't even know what happened, but it works now.
I had great experiences, so we get there's both sides of it. Everyone has,
100%.
It comes down to whatever reel you got.
It could have been just that specific reel, like something went wrong, and it could also be like I dropped it and I didn't notice or something. I don't know.
My last heavy combo is actually going to be a moderate, so it's a medium heavy moderate. This is the TFO Taction. So Jeff and I both have really strong feelings toward the Taction. I think for the money, you're getting a heck of a lot of rod. We're excited. I've used this all last season. Certified banger. So this one is a 7.4 medium heavy mod fast. It's super important. And then it's got a 3/8 ounce to a 1 ounce weight rating. Right now I have the old Daiwa CT. So I actually really love this reel. I'm going to be swapping this out tomorrow. Literally on my doorstep tomorrow is going to be the Shimano SLX XT DC. It's a heck of a lot of letters. There's a little bit of letter soup there, but that is going to be another basically only available overseas until you get it here, not domestically available reel. And I'm really excited for it, especially because I'm going to be using this for what ends up being one of my most used tactics in the early spring. So it's going to be for tailspins and blade baits, baby. And so you're going to be around a 1/2 ounce for all of those. So we'll be at the bottom of the weight range, but honestly, this combo is just very comfortable and is an absolute killer. So
all right, so last up for us for the whole rod and reel combo lineup is we've got our big bait setups. Paul and I made a promise to ourselves this year we're going to fish more swim baits and more glide baits. So we wanted to find combos that we were happy with, that we're going to have a lot of fun with, and that a lot of people have faith with, because we haven't done a lot of swim bait and glide bait fishing.
Not enough.
As much as we've wanted to. We just haven't been able to do so. This will also include A-rigs in the spring, so just think big stuff. So we got your chandelier baits, and you've got your big old swims and glides. And it's going to be awesome. So we're both going to be running the Cashin Icon swim bait. Now, they have a couple different swim bait options, but we went with the 7/8 moderate fast, medium heavy because it goes from 1/2 ounce to 3 ounces.
That, for the Midwest, okay, hear us out. It is perfect. That's, I mean, that is the range.
We're typically not throwing plus 3 ounce baits. 1/2 ounce to 3 ounce covers every swim bait either of us own. And that could be soft versions of those swim baits, as well as, like your Huddlestons and stuff, as well as your glides and some of our faster running swim baits. So it covers the spectrum for us, which is great. I'm really excited to test this rod out. It is very light for a big bait rod, and it is very well balanced. Plus, it has one of the best hook keepers in the game right there.
It's comfy.
Stoked on that, and it's made in the USA, and you've got the woven grip on that as well. So really excited for this. I'm going to be running the Daiwa Tatula SVTW that dropped last year. This is the 150 size. So I have a 100 size on my medium heavy. This is the 150, which is ideal for those bigger bait setups. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be an insanely smooth combo and something that I can have a lot of confidence in when I'm slinging very expensive, very heavy, very big baits in the wind. So I need a reel that I feel good about.
Control, power, that's what you need.
Exactly.
Got the same rod, got my chandelier tied on, and I've got it with the Corrado 200M. So this is the Shimano 200. I got it in the 8.5 speed. I do like a higher speed. I can always, slow down if I need to. And really, I mean, if you wanted to go to like the 7 range, I think you got...
Which is what I did, and I didn't say it, but I have a 7.3 on that Daiwa Tatula, which is like
in the spring,
right up the middle.
No, it's going to be perfect. But I just personally like a heavier, a faster, and then speed range. And also, if I put this reel on like a flipping setup, I want that catch-up power before the hook set. So 8.5 for me is the way that I went, but this is like, just like Jeff was talking about with the Daiwa, this is that perfect balance of size, power, and then also speed and comfort for when you're throwing those larger baits all freaking day. Because sometimes it is the juice, and when it's an A-rig season, there are no other seasons.
We'll be running 50-pound braid, probably straight up on those. If not, we add a monofilament leader to them. But for the most part, heavy-duty braid, big old baits. We're going to be running them around cover, and I can't wait for it. I'm really excited. So there you go. That's our lineups, you guys. 9 rods and reels from me, 9 rods and reels from Paul. You guys let us know what you think about our combos in the comments below. Also, you can say, who did better?
Hey, you tell us which set of combos you would go with. There's no wrong answers because they're both great. But one question we really want to answer to is what spinning reel in the $100 to $150 range-ish do you want to see some reviews on? We'll go check them out.
Help your brothers out.
Yeah, and also maybe a jerkbait rod because I'm in the market for a jerkbait rod. So we got a couple we got our eyes on, but that is also an area of opportunity for me. So tell us what you want us to test. We get it. We test it. We tell you about it. Everybody's happy.
That's how the channel works. Thank you so much for watching this video. Maybe subscribe so you can see when we actually get these things out on the water, put them to the test, as well as a whole bunch of lures that we've been waiting to test all winter long. So fishing content is coming, you guys. Stay tuned, stay subscribed, smash a like on this video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Okay, bye.